to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you for being here bright and early for our state mandated organizational meeting. So before we do anything else, first step will be nomination and election of officers for 2026.
You like where you're sitting?
I'm fine if you guys are.
I nominate you to stay in your current role.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion passes 3-0.
We had a second.
Do we have a nomination for secretary? Anybody have any strong preferences? I'll nominate Jeff for secretary.
I'll second that.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0. Okay, do we have minutes from the previous meeting?
George, would you print those out, please? We need to do a vice chairman. Yeah, or was that by default? There was a packet with the minutes here. By default. I'll just run them again. I thought I had a packet on top with the minutes already printed. The minutes that were sent out that I saw were fine to me. I didn't have any additions or corrections. I don't know if anybody else did. How do you see?
I think once we've printed, we can get them signed. What here? I think I still need to sign them.
Sign them there again. Minute.
And whenever we're finished printing there, George, wasn't sure if you had
I didn't realize it was going to take so long to do that.
brief trustees report.
Okay. There we go. It's getting easier to print on the computer.
Paul, Peter Paul.
So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Oh, I printed it here. Oh. Would have been quicker printing it from the computer. Supposed to had it set up front and back. First time it only printed one. Where's the original? No, it's here. Here are the ones that I printed from the computer. The same ones? Yeah. If you did both pages. No, is that the agenda or the minutes? You got the agenda over there? What's that? The agenda? Yours looks cleaner. These are different. And this is the agenda. We already have agendas. Minutes. Well, First time I printed off my pages.
See?
Here, there's the minutes.
Here's a signed copy for your records.
Okay, for the minutes? Oh, you already did that, huh?
Let the,
Those are better copies. I just printed those off the computer.
oh, gee, yeah.
I thought there was a
these are
packet
better
of
ones,
minutes
but-
already in here. Probably is.
Sign that one
There's
without
too many pieces of
a
paper.
footprint on. Oh, this is good, isn't it? Yep, yeah, let's not worry about that. Okay, so, yeah, I don't like the way that's formatted. So let the record reflect that the minutes from our December 9th meeting were adopted as presented. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Moving on, do we have a, trustees report, George?
Yeah, I'll try to make it brief. Couple of things going on. There's some legislation that's gonna be introduced this week. The House and Senate, adjourned, or excuse me, they assembled yesterday. I think they're going to March 17th or something like that. But we have, I think, legislation that, myself and some of the other trustees have been working on that's being introduced in order to help the township situation, and it will probably be effectively reducing a number of the townships that are, not, producing and consolidate the townships with other township governments. There's a finance meeting the 13th that I plan to attend in Plainfield, that will address that issue. We met also earlier with legislation being discussed as a large part of the meeting in, I think it's Noblesville, no, it's Westfield, someplace in that area. And that was a long meeting that we discussed finances and some other things as well as fire territories. And it was well attended by a lot of the fire departments, and I think there was maybe only one other trustee from Porter Township that showed up. But there's a lot going on. I'll try to keep you advised as to what happens there. In regard to the post office, that is still being reevaluated. I discussed it with Representative Julie Olthoff, who is the state representative for that part of our township. And we met, and we're going to contact again Senator Banks and the rest of the legislation, including Governor Braun, because Governor Braun was Senator Braun when he had a high impact on getting that off the dime. After 2 years, we signed a contract, and then we were notified, instead of getting a signed contract from the post office, that it's being reevaluated. So it's not a dead issue, but we're trying to resurrect it again. And I've been contacted by the press and also some other students asking questions about what's going on and how the process goes. So I have addressed that issue with them, and I will follow up with them as well. Basically, we're at a standstill at this point. And
I know that's been a lengthy process, but thank you.
It's been a longer process than I ever anticipated when I first heard about it. And it was a surprise to begin with. So, but I do know that we need to get our nickels and dimes in order, but I think we should be a high priority with the situation with people having to drive and having a limited number of hours that they can even pick up their mail, and it's not even in a general area in the post office. They have to go to a special area in the Hoover post office to get their mail. So I talked to one person in Wheeler who has a business in St. John, so he has to pick up his mail at the post office in Hobart during 3-hour window in the afternoon from Monday through Friday, and it makes it quite tough, for him, and I'm sure other people as well. So, it's a 9-mile round trip, and you don't have, it's not just walking out to your, mailbox and picking it up. So, I asked for a box where they could, go to, like at the park or something of that nature, or someplace on 30 by the fire station. They do have a deposit box, but they have no mail that they can pick up close by. And some of these people are quite, they're, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and, it's difficult. It shouldn't be that way.
Right.
Anyway, that's the status of the post office, and, I will leave it at that for now. I wanna thank Daniel for working with us, and also, we, had some funds left over, and we made some donations to several of the, organizations that help us out. For example, FOP 165, Toys for Tots, Constant Contact, PKX, St. Elizabeth Seton, where they provide a lot of help. That's the only, church right now. We have 2 churches in the township, and that's the one that, is assisting us with, when we can't help them, they're helping with St. Vincent de Paul and whatnot. So we made some donations there, and, so we stayed it, within the budget for poor relief.
Great.
And I'll conclude that for now. Thank you.
Thank you, George. Then moving on to unfinished business, do we have an update with regards to the Union Volunteer Fire Department, inventory ownership?
You saw the email that I sent out with the listing of their assets, and I still hope to follow up and come with an idea of, inventory. I was going to ask Daniel to help me, maybe meet with Paul Lucan, who is the one that provides the documentation, and figure out what exactly we should have. At least we have a listing of what the major assets are now. And I had asked for it, right after the prior meeting, and, as I said, I wasn't sure what it was, because I just didn't remember. I know that I wanted to follow up with it because I wanted to see if I get some more specifics in that report.
Okay.
And that's where we stand right now.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for continuing to push that issue.
It's a long-term issue.
Yep. Particularly with, what you had mentioned as your first bullet point in the trustees report, it's gonna be important for us to have that record.
Okay, well, you have the record. I sent it
Right.
to everybody.
So, I guess, next piece of unfinished business, is any updates on the incorporation or annex discussion, or would that be pending prior to, again, your first bullet point in the trustees report?
At the incorporation,
Mm-hmm.
well, was what I talked about in my trustees report.
Yep.
With, State Representative Olthoff, and, I've had conversations, but not recently, with Senator Charbonneau and some other people at the state, and also talked with, Jeff Bellamy, who is the attorney at the Township Association, and I mentioned it to Clay, just this morning, that I was going to see if the 2 of them could have some brief conversations.
Okay. Thank you. So moving on to new business, I know at our year-end, meeting, we did, go through some of the policies and contracts, that we were able to. I know we need to make sure we have proper signatures on all those.
I have the documents here. I just have one copy so that we don't have 4 or 5 copies and they get mixed up and they don't all get signed properly. So I just have one copy so that everybody will sign one copy. We can make copies from the original. I think that's gonna work better than the way we've done it in the past.
Yep.
So this is the nepotism and contracting policy, and, all these are pretty much the same as, we've done in the past. I think you've all seen them. I'm just gonna hand them out individually, bring them back, and, put them on, Michelle's, desk for filing. The next one is the,
Hey Clay, do we need to make, motions to approve each of these before we officially adopt them again? They're consistent with what we've had in place the last several years.
I don't think on the nepotism, because that's essentially required. But if you wanna do a motion, you can, I mean, there's no.
Yeah, just, there's a second page on the nepotism one, three I and three nay.
Yeah, then I would do that, I would do it as a motion.
Okay. So do we, I'll make a motion that we, adopt the nepotism and contracting policy consistent with what we've used the last several years. Sorry, Brian, second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion passes 3-0. And that's, yeah, and this one, I think we each need to sign on the second page as well.
they're all pretty much set up the same way with the, ayes and nays. Or signatures, depending on.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
They're all, each one of them has signatures for each one of the board members, so.
Yep. So this is the, Township Assistance Guidelines, for 2026, that I also believe is consistent with,
The only change there are those with the federal guidelines for dollars, and that's provided by the federal government.
Should this be 2026 or 2025?
But it should be for which one? For the nepotism, it should be 2025, I think, because.
Yeah,
right.
You're saying that you didn't do anything wrong
Right.
in 2025.
No, I'm looking at the
correct,
2026 one,
That was township assistance.
for Township Assistance.
Yeah.
Should we just cross that off and put 2026?
Yeah, and I would initial it too.
Yep. We'll get the official. In the verbiage, it says 2025.
For township assistance, that should be 2026, as establishing the current rate.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay. So just, cross out 2025, right, 2026 initial and dated?
Yeah.
Do all three of us need to initial it, or?
No, just one.
One.
I'm sorry, this, so used to doing that as a Fed.
Okay, well, we have a motion to adopt, or I'll just pass this around so we can see it, adopt the Township Assistance document. Second? Sure. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion passes 3-0. Yep. I need to sign them both, yep.
And actually, both of these are journals.
Here's this one, George, the Township Assistance.
Okay, thank you.
And this is internal policies and controls.
And then there's a second one on personnel policy in response to it. I think it all goes down to the same thing.
This one we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 spots to sign. Yeah, credit card policy. And these are consistent with, what we had in place last year as far as township policies and controls. We have a motion to accept township policies and controls, as written. We have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0. Controls. So this one here. And George, you're gonna fill in the dates on each of these, I assume?
Yes, I'm doing that right now.
Thank you.
Today is January 6th, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
As long as I find a house.
Yeah.
Switch right here, yep. Here's the personnel policies and the other policies
Okay,
are still getting signed.
several of them have multiple pages together and
Yeah,
that.
we're still working on
Are you
the
still
other
working
one.
on them? Okay.
So. And I believe we
Do
did
you want a
the
copy of all the
backup trustee designation last time.
Yeah, we did.
I think I
because there's,
I still
I
need
don't
to
need
sign
it
that.
now.
I mean, it's pretty much the same with, just minor edits if there's anything. Most of them remain.
Do you, have a copy of the backup trustee designation
I
from
do,
our December
yeah,
meeting?
that's,
I still need
yeah, and
to,
I have the salary ordinance and,
okay.
yeah. You want that now?
Yeah, 'cause I know I still need to sign the backup trustee designation, and then salary ordinance will be next up.
I'll give you both.
Okay. Is there a backup trustees form that needs to be signed?
We'll look that over before we give it.
That's it.
Make sure that.
That's the form. It's a letter that goes to the sheriff.
Otherwise, Michelle will call.
Oh, yeah, but so the three of us didn't need to sign.
No, I signed the letter.
Okay.
It's just that it's for information. But, yeah, I think in the last meeting.
I'll give that back to you because we already adopted that last meeting.
Yes.
I was just asking, I wasn't sure if I needed a signature.
Oh, no, we don't need I don't believe we need a signature. I don't think we've ever done that.
Okay. And then this is the, this 2026 salary ordinance, for the trustee, deputy clerk, and the 3 board members, consistent with what Daniel had kindly presented in the budget, last time. We have a motion to approve the, salary ordinance for 2026. We have a second?
Yep.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0. Salary ordinance approved by. And I think that's just the first page. Okay, do you have anything else
I do have these certifications of elected officials for each one individually to sign, that's, regarding nepotism policy. And also, there's a online training requirement that the state requires, I think, that you have to do every year. I don't know if there's a form on that, but I can, just wanted to make a reminder that, you need to go online and check it out. Now, follow up with getting you that information. Daniel, remember exactly how that, certification for, training goes?
Yeah, the video was posted to the front page of State Board of Accounts.
On ITA?
No,
Oh,
SBOA.
the LGF?
Is it just a budget board or what?
State Board.
State Board of Accounts? Okay. Let's see if I got anything in here.
Is that an extra?
That may be for George possibly, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do another one, where I put my name on.
Oh, okay.
I'll avoid that one.
No, you have, I have to sign one too, so.
Print one out, like, I've
Okay,
started filling
I'll
out too
print
much
one out.
stuff.
I'll make a note here.
Is there a, timeline when the online training needs to be viewed or completed?
Just hold up the notes.
Sorry.
No, I was gonna send the video to you all.
Oh,
so you can watch it.
Oh, you're gonna send the video out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
I think it's as easy as just watch it. It's on form once a year.
Okay. We got the form signed, we just need to watch the video then.
What is the runtime on it approximately?
Minutes.
I didn't think it was terribly long.
Could be a halftime activity this week. Do you have anything else for us, Mr. Trustee?
Yes, well, I'd like to defer to Daniel for the, do you have anything else for this part of the meeting? Okay.
Nothing from me.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we'll
And
move
Clay, do you
on.
have anything in
Thank you,
particular?
we're waiting patiently.
Okay,
Daniel.
all right, I believe I have everything, signed. I'm still trying to go through and make sure that they all have dates. But don't slow down on my behalf. I can do this either now or later.
So we'll move on to, other new business, and it looks like Daniel's kindly distributed the, board, this is the Board of Finance investment.
Yes, we
For
should.
next meeting.
Yeah, so we go to the
Okay. Well, yeah,
The
we'll,
rest of this one.
close this one first before we move on to that one then. Do we have any other new business that we'd like to discuss? Anybody? There being none, our next, we'll have the Board of Finance meeting here in a minute once we finish up. But our next, state mandated meeting is our annual report, review meeting, which once the annual report is completed, which I know takes some time, but it needs to be after the first Monday in February and before the third Tuesday in February. Yes.
Third Tuesday, okay, that's, between the 2nd and the 17th then.
Okay. So is there any,
Well, 16th, it's
day or time
the
that
17th, right?
it would have to be it says after the first Monday, so I don't know if that means the second is an option or not.
Yeah, it's after, it could be the first Tuesday or the First Tuesday after the second
So the
Monday.
third, to the sixth.
First Tuesday after the second Monday?
Yeah, so I think it's the 3rd to the 16th is what we'd be looking at. I'd vote for something either the first week or third week, and if we're talking, cause I'm probably gonna be out of town the second week. The first week of February, does that allow you enough time to complete what needs to be done?
Yeah.
I can edit them.
Wednesday, the fourth.
We would wanna shoot for Wednesday the 4th then, does that work for,
Wednesday,
Evening.
Wednesday the
Okay.
4th, in the evening?
okay?
That work?
6 o'clock Wednesday the 4th? Okay.
Wednesday the 4th of February?
6 o'clock PM, Wednesday, 2/4/26, for annual report 2025 meeting.
6 o'clock.
6 P.M. Okay with you, Clint?
Yeah.
Okay, and, do we have any, public comment?
I just wanna thank everybody, it's another great year, I think we came out, on top despite the trials and tribulations we've had. We're, got momentum going into 26, so. We're doing well. Let's keep it up.
Thanks, Brian. Yep. Any other public comment?
I'd just like to thank everyone, for always being here and being efficient, getting things done, and having another successful year, and, see you in the finance meeting.
And with that, I'll make a motion to adjourn at 7:37. Do we have a second?
Yep.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0. Okay, now we'll move on to the Board of Finance meeting. We'll call that meeting to order at 7:37. And the agenda has already been handed out. First things first, we need to do election of officers for Board of Finance. Do we have any thoughts or preferences on that? Currently, Jeff is secretary and I am chairman, I guess consistent with the way we were on the, regular board.
As far as I'm concerned, keep it the same.
Okay. Do we have a,
So I move, everybody keep their same title.
CW, same, and do we have a second? Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. The chairman, the secretary. Minutes from our previous Board of Finance meeting are here attached. I think they've been sent out via email prior. I know George needs to have a signed copy of this. And I'd like to obtain a signed copy. Thank you.
Minutes.
So we'll let the record reflect that minutes were adopted as submitted. Moving on, again, Daniel's been patiently waiting to go over the, investment report for
Okay.
2025.
I'll just make my traditional statement that, I have a letter to the board, that says, "Dear Board, Union Township had one investment, which is a checking account held at First Source Bank Calumet North Banking Center. The interest earned on the checking account in 2025 was $25,713.57. The township does not have any additional investments." And I'd like to give a tip of the hat to, Wendy Mr. Munster, who gave me, the concept of, dealing with the bank and getting our rate increase on the checking account, it has helped us greatly. So, tip of the hat to, current chairman of NERC, so.
Nice.
So it's another way it helps to be part of the overall community in Northwest Indiana. Networking works.
And what was that individual's name again, George?
Wendy Miss, M-I-S, she's the, town clerk, I think she's clerk, for town of Munster. And she's currently the chairman of the Northwestern Indiana Regional Planning Commission. And that was at the finance board where she brought it up, and, she's also chair for the finance and personnel board there now.
And you said she assisted with,
Well, she brought up, you know, ways that we could, you know, pick up a couple extra dollars in lieu of the pending, situations, and, I worked with the bank, and the bank, agreed to do the same thing. It's, from that standpoint, it makes our investments easier. There are other ways we could invest, but, that's what we're doing so far, and if the board has anything to say about it, let me know, and we'll look into it. But I'd like to turn it over to Daniel, for the remainder of the report, because, he's ready to go.
Well, the trustee already harped on the only statutory requirement of this document is what were the interest earnings for 2025. So thank you for stating that. The remainder of these pages in here are just supplemental, kind of a state of the township type. What were our property taxes collected last year, what the tax rates look like, historical schedules in there that gives you an idea of where we were and where we're going. That's my brief report. If you do have any questions on any of these pages, please let me know.
And in regard to the fire department, you were gonna make a comment on the, that you may have given it to everyone, just to reiterate, they are, using their money responsibly for the overall review of, the past couple of years.
Yeah, I think they are, and it would be nice to have consistent compilation reports from the fire department.
Yeah, and they have improved greatly from many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But, we still need to, continue the conversation, and I think they finally got control of it, hopefully.
Final comment on that first page, the interest earnings. Trustee had mentioned something along the lines of 25,000 for 2025. I have written down 23,136, just because of the lag in the financial system.
and again, George, your number was
25.
713.
Yeah, here.
57.
Here's a letter, that I can make a copy of for the file, or if everyone wants one, you can have one. How many copies do you want me to make?
I'd like one just for.
Okay. So I'll just raise your hand, so.
I'll get it. Alright.
Jeff, do you want one for the, you don't want one for the, they just read it in a minute? Okay.
Thank you for preparing this, I know it's, very concise and easy to understand.
I figured adding some additional info in here would make this meeting more worthwhile.
Does anyone have any questions, with regards to the investment report?
I was just looking at it, earlier, and it appears that, we have lowered our overall tax rate. That due partly to the city, due to our
Increase in assessed value.
assessed value increase. But because values are going up, we don't have to tax it at a higher rate to make sure we get necessary funds.
Now, keep in mind, we're still asking for the same or higher property tax levy. It's just the way that the calculation works. The rate sure is going down, but we're actually going to receive the same or more.
We still need funding. And our assessed valuation is over $1 billion, so that's quite impressive to me. Especially without having a lot of, business.
Right. Yeah, Walgreens, they're very limited.
really possibly.
Speedway.
Any updates on the proposed, gas station?
I have, heard nothing as of right now. They have gone, we're supposed to have gone to the plan commission, but I don't know the outcome or whether they have done that or not. So I will follow up on that
Okay.
between now and
And if-
February.
They closed for the, applications for the planning commission, and, we were still waiting the results. We'll find out in January who's gonna be on the planning commission for the future. You're still on the park board, I presume?
I will find out here in a couple hours.
Okay. Will they all be announced, or when is that?
Commissioners meetings at
What time, 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock.
Do we have any public comment for the, finance board? There being none, at 7:45, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second? All in favor, say aye.